On the track joiner, the angle is cut at 15 degrees. And what you want to do is you want to install one piece first. And there's some marks here that show the 15-degree angle. You want to line up one side of the track with that mark. As you put in a bolt, when it catches, it tries to move the material in the direction of the head touching the aluminum. So if you put in this bolt, it would try to push the aluminum this direction. So you need to kind of balance out holding this and keeping it in the right position. So put in 4 bolts to start with to get your first piece aligned. Then you'll align the other piece. Make sure they're both seated in the recessed area here to line them up. And then you'll put in your bolts here as well. Same thing as you attempt to try to turn the bolts. It tries to move the aluminum in that direction of where the button head is touching. So you don't want to allow one piece of the angle to overshoot and become misaligned. You want these 2 pieces to be perfectly straight here, and you want this surface to be perfectly straight here. So once you've got it as close as you can get it, running your finger down this edge, run your finger down this edge, and on this edge, once you've got it as close as you can get it, you can go ahead and put in the rest of the screws, and then take a flat surface with some sandpaper, not too coarse. It needs to be 320 is a good number, and you'll sand the surface on the bottom, which is where the rollers will make contact. And so what I'll do is go down and kind of hit the whole side of it so that there are no burrs anywhere on here on the sides as well. We don't want the rollers to hit any burrs on the sides. So I'll take this and hit both sides, and then especially make sure that the inside surface here where the roller is going to hit is very smooth. And you could hit this as well. Obviously, as you're doing this, it's going to mark the surface with sand marks. So you may have to come back with a finer sandpaper after that if this is potentially going to be visible from below the door. And sometimes this is visible and sometimes it's not if you look up in the opening of the door. But clean this up so it's not burred, and then you may come back with a finer sandpaper and clean it up. But make sure that this transition point here over the angle is very smooth. You don't want to hit it with a file or anything, because then you would have a divot in it or a recessed area, and the roller would go into a lower section and make a bump. But if you do it with 320 or higher, 320, 250, 320, you'll be fine. Make sure there's no burrs anywhere on the transition here. Also up here, just cosmetically, make sure there are no burrs in this area. And make sure there are no gaps. So when you're looking at here, if I can focus on it, make sure you have no gaps between the 2 pieces, or your roller will drop down during the transition.